Good day everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be discussing Spider-Man No Way Home. Um, of course I'll put the timestamps down below because I'll be doing a spoiler free section for the video, and then I'll discuss spoilers a little bit. So if you know you didn't see the movie, you can watch the spoiler free section. If you did watch the movie, we could discuss the spoilers. So yeah, let's dive straight into it. So Spider-Man No Way Home came out. That being said, let's begin. So I went to see Spider-Man No Way Home Sunday. It is the first Marvel movie I went out to see since the pandemic, because cinemas recently opened where I live. So yeah, I saw it in 40x or 4D, which means that's where the seats move and all those things with the special effects. It was awesome. So spoiler free section starts here. So this Spider-Man movie was very good. There was one or two CGI parts that were a bit chunky to me, but that aside, the story was very good. I enjoyed the storytelling for this one. Of course, from the trailers, we know a lot of villains from previous Spider-Man movie came back. So that was pretty cool to see some of them that we grew up watching come back, because I remember seeing Spider-Man 1 in cinema when I was teeny tiny. So it was very nice to see those characters come back. So Spider-Man No Way Home was very gritty. It was different from the other two, where it relied heavily on joy and fun and comedy. This one was gritty. It was darker. The story was darker. Of course, we know it had Doctor Strange and it tied into the multiverse a little bit, not spoiling anything that was in the trailers. So yeah, the action was good. Could have used a bit more action though, but the story was good, movie was good, the surprises were good. Even though the trailer showed a lot, or the trailers, there was actually a lot of surprises still in the movie, so that made it very cool. The cinema I was in, when I went to see it, the crowd had some very good reactions to certain scenes. But yeah, all in all, this was a very good Spider-Man movie. It is the best out of the trilogy for Tom's 3 movies, I'll give it that. And it showed basically Spider-Boy turning into Spider-Man. So yeah, that was very good on their part, showing his evolution from cheerful teen wanting to be a hero, evolving all the way up to this guy who has to deal with tough decisions and tough choices. But yeah, that being said, if you want to see a good Spider-Man movie, I'd recommend this one. If you're wondering if you should go and see it, I would say yes, you should, because we have no idea when it would be released digitally. So yeah, and no, you don't need to see Eternals to see this if you didn't see Eternals yet. So yeah, you could go out and look at this. It was pretty good. I would recommend seeing it if you could. It was very good, very good. So go check it out. And now we'll start the spoiler section. So spoiler warning, we're going to start speaking spoilers from here. So spoilers, right? So more details about Spider-Man No Way Home, because we're in the spoiler section. So the movie focused on Tom kinda wanting to have his whole identity be forgotten, because as we know, Mysterio revealed that he was Spider-Man, and this movie picks up right where that scene ended in the last Spider-Man movie. That being said, Tom has to go through the motions, and he goes to Doctor Strange to help him figure this out. And the answer they come up with is Strange has a spell that makes people forget things. And he was going to do this spell to make everyone forget Tom is Spider-Man, or Peter is Spider-Man, that is. And in doing so, while casting the spell, Peter starts to add to the spell because he wants things changed. He wants certain people to remember him, like Ned and MJ and his aunt and Happy and all of that. And that backfires, causing the spell to go haywire and rip open the multiverse. And instead of people forgetting Peter is Spider-Man, it starts to bring in people who know Peter is Spider-Man. And that is where things get interesting in this movie. So we get what this is about, and essentially it brings back these 5 villains who we saw in the trailer: the Lizard from Amazing Spider-Man, Electro from Amazing Spider-Man, Green Goblin, Dr. Ock from the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and we get someone else who is slipping my mind, but it's 5 villains essentially. It's right here, but that villain probably had a very small part, that's why I'm probably forgetting them. Sandman, yeah, Sandman, Flint Marco. His role is actually very minor, that's why it kind of slipped my mind. But this focused on him trying to rally all of them together to send them back into their universe. But in doing so, he has help from Strange, he has help from his friends, but it doesn't work out because Green Goblin convinces Peter that what if we could be fixed and sent back to our universes so people won't die, because where we come from we die fighting Spider-Man. So his aim now is to fix them, and Strange is trying to tell him no, you can't do that, and that leads to the conflict between him and Strange falling out and fighting, and then that leads to Tom trying to fix them. So let's discuss that. So first things first, Tom manages to fix Doc Ock's tentacles, because remember in the not the Amazing, but in the normal Spider-Man 2, with Tobey, his chip that controls the arms on the back of his neck was fried. Tom manages to fix that, giving him back control of the arms. He tries to help Green Goblin, he tries to help Electro, and is able to make a device to do that, and a few others. But that being said, this is kinda where I feel like they should have added a little more runtime to the movie, because though the interactions between Tom and these villains trying to help them was good, I feel like they cut it short, so we should have had a bit more interaction between him and some of these guys. Like the Lizard had a little less time than everyone else, same with Sandman. So I feel like those two could have had more or a better role in the movie. But essentially Tom is trying to help the villains, like I said. And this leads to Green Goblin, of course, saying, you know what, I'm still a bad guy, and he doesn't want help. And he convinces Electro to not get help, as well as some of the other villains. And this leads to Tom having to fight all of them essentially, and he can't, because that means it's 5-on-1. But I digress. The fights were gritty. Tom and Green Goblin fighting was very gritty, and what is amazing is rumor says that William Dafoe agreed to come back to do the movie if he could do his own stunts and all of that. So for being 60 something years old and doing all those things, pretty awesome. But yeah, we have Tom and Green Goblin fighting. The back and forth between them was amazing. Same with Doc Ock, we get extended scene of the bridge with Doc Ock and Tom fighting. That was awesome. So yeah, you didn't really miss anything. They basically showed most of that in the trailer. But we have that fight, and of course Tom is doing all of this because the whole world knows he's Spider-Man. They know that he is maybe good, maybe bad, because he's framed for being a bad guy, killing Mysterio. So he's trying to prove that he's good. So there's that. And he's trying to get his friends into MIT because of him no one has a chance to get in. And the bridge fight leads to him being able to do that, because he saves the lady on the bridge, which is one of the admissions persons for MIT. But I digress. This movie was awesome. So let's talk in terms of the surprises. So the main surprise is the werewolf. Andrew Garfield shows up. Tobey Maguire shows up as their universe's Spider-Man. Not gonna spoil how they show up, but they show up. And they help Tom. And we get the Spider-Man meme with them pointing at each other like in the comic. We get the Spider-Man meme, of course. And we get the banter between them telling a bit of their stories. And what happened in their world. Andrew is able to redeem himself as he saves MJ from a fall, kind of like what happened to his Gwen Stacy, but he saves her. As you may know, The Amazing Spider-Man 3 was trending last 2 days ago or a day ago. But yeah, so there's that. Essentially, the three Spider-Men work together as scientists to come up with cures for their villains and save them. So that was pretty cool. And then they have the big team up fight versus all the villains. And like the trailer had Lizard getting punched or kicked in the face by invisible force, it was actually Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man kicking him in the face, as a lot of people predicted. So that was pretty good. But yeah, the movie had some really cool shots with the three of them. The interaction was really good. I hope they come back for future movies. I hope they do. And now, the big death in this movie is Aunt May. She dies because of William Dafoe's Green Goblin. And she gives him the speech, great power, great responsibility. And of course, Toby and Andrew Spider-Man tell Tom they have the same speech. They heard it from their Uncle Ben's when he died. So yeah, the movie was pretty good. It touched a lot of people. It turned Spider-Boy into Spider-Man. And that being said, amazing. The movie is resolved at the end where, in order to reverse this spell, Doctor Strange cast and send everybody back home, he has to do the original spell so everyone forgets who Tom is or who Peter is. This leads to him having to go off to live on his own, carry on his own life in high school, and again, more of Spider-Boy becoming Spider-Man. He's starting over, nobody knows him, no help from Stark, nobody else, just him. And we see at the end of the movie, he sewed his own suit. It's blue and red, kind of like Toby's and Andrew's, and the movie ends with him swinging away after everybody forgets him. So yeah, that's spoilers, and that is still leaving out majority of the plot because you all should see the movie. There are 2 end credit scenes. As you all know, today when I'm recording this, the Doctor Strange trailer has released. The Doctor Strange trailer was actually one of the end credit scenes to Spider-Man No Way Home. So there's no need to really talk about it that much because you all probably saw the trailer by now. If not, you can go check it out. And the other end credit scene is Tom Hardy's Venom being sent back into his universe after learning everything about what's going on in this universe. But when he's teleported away, a goop puddle of Venom remains behind and starts to move, and it ends there. But yeah, that was a lot. But again, I left out a lot of things and surprises. Still, there's a scene with the 3 Spider-Men swinging. That was awesome. There's a few money shots. The fighting was gritty, like I said. The story was well done. They could have added a bit more fighting, but the movie was story driven mostly. That being said, if you need to know if to go see this, you should. The movie was good. It was good. I loved it. So again, I left out parts of the movie because I don't want to, even though it's spoilers, I don't want to spoil some of the surprises and scenes in detail, so y'all should really go check it out. All in all, if I had to give this movie a rating, I'd give it maybe a 9 out of 10 because I really enjoyed it. I'm hoping to see it again. But yeah, can't wait to see how they carry on Tom's new trilogy if they're doing it. Where he goes, because now he's out of high school, he's going into college. He's on his own, like I said, no help from anybody this time, so he's not tied to the MCU heroes like he was before when he got help from all of them. Now he's on his own, nobody knows who he is. So, interesting to see where they take it this part, or this time. So yeah, all in all again, good movie. Hope you all enjoyed this. And yeah, Andrew returned, Toby returned. Seeing 3 of them on the screen together was amazing. Hope they actually make Andrew Spider-Man into something bigger and he has another chance to show his character. That would be awesome. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you all for our next review. I was gone for a week, mental health, but I'll see you all more frequently after Christmas for more videos. Bye.